the fact that this guy's not blind is crazy. Like, come on, keep him blind, you guys.
He is blind,
like, I don't know what.
Still.
He has sight now.
No, it's mind's eye. It's a psychic sight. It's not a real sight.
Sight.
Yeah, but he can't actually see because he doesn't even see.
blind.
He doesn't see Reagan.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of My First Anime. This week we are finishing up Mob Psycho 100. I'm your host, Chris Bailey.
Monkey, also known as Salvador.
And I'm Anthony Vaught.
I think for once I have literally nothing for my anime minute. This week just kind of blew by me. I keep looking at that Gundam on my bed and being like, yeah, and then I don't.
Good
So
anime minute. I've caught back up to the about the girl who gets transported to another world and she turns into a spider. It's not bad. It's not good either, but it's just not bad. I just watched Isekai trash as well. I realized more and more.
You just realized that, huh?
Yeah. I've been watching just a bunch of Isekai. Also, I did watch The Great Pretender, and I'm like episode 3 or 4, and for some reason, I'm like, this is good, but it has not caught me yet. Like, it hasn't made me force me to, like, start watching it, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think, like, the middle two arcs are definitely the strongest part of the show. But yeah, it's fine.
That's all for my anime minute.
Yeah, we can just move right along.
Okay.
We will sit here.
Did you finish Schitt's Creek yet?
No, not this week. I was on games so hard this week. Started XCOM, did Doom Eternal, finished a For the King run.
I did start playing Valheim. Valheim is a really good survival game, you guys. If you guys will.
God, I'm thinking about it, man.
It's so good.
It just takes more fucking time.
Like, a lot more time.
All right, let's go into Mob Psycho, starting with episode 21. Show me what you've got, or Band Together. If you remember last episode, we left off, everything was fine. Nothing wrong here.
Nope. And yeah, it was pretty pleasant. Pretty pleasant stroll in the park for Mob and his family.
Mm-hmm.
Just, slice of life anime, good quality.
Yeah. This arc that we thought we were going to launch into, that was going to be 4 to 5 episodes of fighting bad guys. That didn't happen. We went back home and we fucked around with Misato for a while. That was fun.
Yeah, Mob became the leader of the cult.
Telepathy Club and the BIC got into some shenanigans. That was cool. Really enjoyed that episode.
We had a good Mob Psycho. Last 5 episodes.
So I'm guessing you guys didn't like the last few episodes.
I'm kind of up and down on them. There were bits I really liked and bits that took me back to how I felt in season 1.
Yeah. I'm not saying it felt like it was true, but they did not put the brakes on whatsoever. They just went.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem with this stuff. And we'll talk about it as we go. But really, the house is on fire. Mob thinks his family is dead because he sees charred bodies. Dimple tells... Yeah, go ahead.
Mob's family is dead, okay? Just anything that I can conclude, his family's dead.
Well, according to Dimple, they're just dummies. So it's probably fine, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just psychic dummy.
Yeah.
Or the fact that Dimple could be lying, but we know Dimple lies a bunch.
Dimple seems like a good guy. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I trust him. People can change. Have you not been paying attention?
Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Look at you.
So Mob does like a psychic ping to try and locate whoever it was that he thinks burned down his house, which, sure, whatever. I guess this just works.
Mob is just so fucking gifted. That's how ridiculous he is. If he just needs a new power, he can just pop it out.
Except it doesn't work, though, actually.
Why?
Well, it works. It's just not as intended.
Well, it doesn't. though.
It works.
Not really, because he goes into 100% obsession, and then he flies and finds those like two thugs, and they were just like on their way to his house. They didn't actually set his house on fire. It was Show.
No, I thought they set I thought they set Mob's house on fire. But they was talking about fire.
No, Show says in like the last episode that like, yeah, sorry about that. Burn your house down. My bad.
Well, I thought the power was just like the first psychics it pings, he finds them.
Maybe.
Like I thought it was a radius thing.
Oh, okay. I took it as like a tracking thing.
No, it's a radius thing. Also, Show just fucking left. He bamboozled.
But yeah, he encounters those thugs. Meanwhile, Teru is getting attacked by other thugs. Not much really happens there.
Is that the guy they wound up capturing?
What? I think so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
We come back to Mob, and one of the dudes is shocking Mob with electricity. And Mob restrains him.
Mob is not having it.
Yeah, he's
is
like,
not
is all you can do
having it.
electricity, do something else.
He's taking like nothing from no one right now. I like this Mob. I like this 100% Mob.
Yeah, I really like when Mob gives into all his negative emotions. I really think that's the best version of him. Can't wait for 100% jealousy when Tsubomi gets a boyfriend.
Oh my god, that's so bad.
Listen, I in terms of Mob's character development, even through these final 5 episodes, I loved it.
Yeah, no, it is generally more interesting.
Yeah, because like he still has these I would hate it if they were just like, Mob's good now. He'll never go into like, no, it's a slow progression. He's got to acknowledge it. He's slowly more acknowledging it. Even in like near the end episodes, he kind of catches himself, you know.
Yeah.
It's just being more self-aware, and it's more than the first episode, and I feel like it's a progression, and I really like it. Or first season, sorry, I said
Yeah.
episode.
But yeah, Mob just flings the guy over, like he just tosses him away, which is just hilarious.
His buddy goes all big muscle man, says he has an impregnable barrier. Mob proceeds to just beat him down.
Can we, first of all, this is like a middle-aged guy who has blonde hair, which just does not look good, but his tie, fantastic. I don't remember. I think it's like a purple some tie, but I fucking love the tie. And also the fact that this middle-aged man just goes all big. It just reminds me of that one Street Fighter character, the Mayo or something like that. It just goes all big. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, Mike Hager from
that guy.
Final Fight.
Yeah,
He's not
that
from
guy.
Street Fighter. He does appear in Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's what that game is. But it just reminds me of that guy.
Anyway, yeah, big dude. They decide they're going to tell the upper echelon on Mob.
Yeah, but the guy with the spiky hair comes back.
Yeah. Koyama and Sakurai pick up Mob. They're going to take him to Reagan, so Mob starts to levitate their car to get there easier.
No, Mob is just mad. He's like,
Well, yeah.
he's like, oh, you don't know what these guys are at? Like, I have to go. And then he's like, oh, Reagan's there. And then Mom's like, and then he just like floats them over. He's like, yeah, we're going fast now.
Yeah, we gotta go.
And when we get to Reagan's hideout, all the ex-Claw members and the shitty sidekicks are there. And I let the show deceive me and trick me. I saw everyone grouped up here. I'm like, hell yes, let's do this. And then it amounted to almost nothing, which is very sad.
They got no time to shine. That was a couple stuff.
Shine is a strong word.
They didn't even watch television.
I
They didn't even know what was going on.
That was good. I like that.
I mean, that's such a Reagan thing to happen.
Yeah. So Dimple and Reagan go and have like a secret conversation. Dimple tells him he basically lied about them being dummies. He has no clue. Reagan decides to play it up, and he goes and calms Mob down by telling him like, yeah, I'm sure everyone's fine too. We'll find him. And Mob passes out, deflates to 2%. We learned that Reagan's office was also attacked and burned down, just like Teru's apartment and Mob's house.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a plan.
But then Teru shows up and they water bucket a guy, a tried and true method of information extraction.
The infamous water bucket.
What's his name? Is it Terada?
Terada?
Yeah, Torada. He's like, yeah, this is the best way to get information. And I'm like,
Yeah.
God, he just literally said, "I'm not gonna give you," and then they just dunk him. And he comes out, and he's like, "All right, here's what's going on."
did we talk about that little cut scene or whatever it is, the break scene? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Like the eye catch?
Yeah.
Like half episode point? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Okay.
are really good in the second season.
Yeah.
We learned that there's an Esper army that has been assembled. Reagan decides that they should report it to the police and not deal with it.
I love Reagan. It's like he thinks the police can deal with these people.
Reagan doesn't fucking know.
I'm just saying, Reagan has already faced against these guys before, and the fact he's like, let's call the police, you guys. They should be able to deal with them. And the National Guard, or whatever
I mean,
they call it.
Reagan handled them, so maybe that's why he thinks the police could handle it. We see the two other guys. Udo, who just kind of disappears more or less, and we never see him again after one more small scene, I think. And Joseph,
Udo?
he's the little guy who gets really big. He's like, I'm just here for fun to destroy things.
Oh yeah,
And Joseph, the agent
yeah, they're part of the
from the
coup.
government. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get Soichiro Suzuki's speech about taking over the world. He twirls his mustache a little bit.
I do love the fact that the electronics guy, he's like, yeah, I got you, dude. And he's like, in the back of his mind, he's like, I don't even understand how I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I'm just
that's
doing
pretty
this.
Oh
funny.
yeah, the
Yeah.
narrator's like, he's not even sure what.
What he's doing. He just knows he can do it.
We see that Sho and Ritsu are working together. We learn
What? I was not expecting these two people to work together. And Ritsu alive? This whole anime bamboozled me. I thought Ritsu died in that fire.
Yeah, what a shock.
Okay, did you think that they'd be working together?
I didn't really like consider one way or the other, I guess.
I'm just glad they explained it immediately because I was going to be very upset.
Yeah.
But what happened to Mom's parents?
No, just like why are they together?
Oh, okay. But they also have the same type of story too.
I mean, yeah, but like they need to tell me that, which I understand they do later, which is I'm okay with. But like
Yeah.
if they didn't, this would be a different conversation we'd be having right now, boys.
But the family is at a resort hanging out. It's a good resort, nothing bad there. They're very sensitive to allergies.
Yeah, the family's safe from all allergies and shadow organizations alike.
The fact that the mom and dad did not tell Mob that they're going out somewhere is kind of mean. Just saying.
I mean, if they would have left a note, it wouldn't be their name.
Yeah, that's true. They probably did leave a note. Although, couldn't they just like text him or call him?
They could have, but then that would just eliminate the
Yeah,
whole
I know.
situation.
We come back to Suzuki and learn he has an army of 600 and there are 600,000 armed officers in Japan or whatever. So they each have to take out 1,000 and they could win 600 or 1,000 to 1 odds for each person.
God, this is such a great plan. Such a good plan.
Yeah, I don't see how it could possibly fail. They're getting the claw mutiny starting to happen with Joseph, Udo, and some other people. Can't wait for season 3 where he becomes a reluctant ally to Mob after a confrontation about their feelings and ideals.
Well, hey, at least Reagan didn't have to do all of it this time.
They start to they seem like they're doing pretty good. And then we get introduced to the Ultimate Five, which are the big dogs at Claw.
Dun, dun, dun.
And they smash the insurrection. Also,
they get
Joseph's
straight
power
fucked.
kind of cool. The foamy stuff.
Yeah, the fact that it's like steel and stuff like that.
It
Yeah.
hardens to steel, yeah.
Yeah.
We come back to the Reagan squad. They are feasting. Everyone's allowed 3 slices of roast beef.
Specifically.
Yeah. Everybody's eating. The TV's off. Everybody's not really worried about anything.
The prime minister is giving his speech on women's equality. And one of our ultimate, Shimazaki, interrupts, which, Anthony, I hope you got a good look at this guy's face because, boy, do people look like that in anime.
Who?
Shimazaki, he has a reason for it, but the closed eyes perpetually has a smirk Looks like a fun, pleasant guy.
Oh yeah, I've already given up on being mad at people just because they smirk.
No, I mean, this isn't like a fucking vicious smirk. This is the, look at me, I'm a happy, carefree, cool guy. And my eyes are always closed because it makes me look happier. Like, that is a thing in anime, and that character is always, like, super dangerous. So Shimazaki interrupts. He's blind, but he can predict people's movements. He gets shot, and that doesn't matter because psychics. He can also teleport, which I don't think I wrote it, but later Tsuchiyama is like, that's so fair. Why does someone get to have 3 overpowered things like that?
I do love that. Yeah.
So he kidnaps the prime minister, teleports away. Teru finds him and tries to fight him and gets absolutely destroyed.
God. The fact that like two actually does bring out all the stops, like all the stuff he knows, he uses it. He used psychic explosion. I think he used that for, so then he used like the fire blast, and then he used the whips, and like none of this shit is working. And he's like, oh, let me just use my new special move, which is multi-burial. And it's like, yeah, the guy just teleports inside and punches
Just
you.
inside it, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But that is episode 21. Are we good on episode 21?
Yeah.
All right, episode 22, Collision or Power Type. Teru comes and reports in. We get a shot of the new Claw HQ, which is in the cultural building. They chose it because it is where Suzuki is from, and he knows the area, and also it has good omurice. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't care if it gets destroyed, even the good omurice, because he's evil and a compelling villain.
Also, I know it was almost meaningless, but I kind of enjoy like just Teru like slightly being like, I had a fever. Why? Because I lost.
Yeah.
Like what? I kind of like it though.
No, yeah, I love to. Teru's like, yeah, it's a sock of me losing is why I have a fever. I had a fever because Mob defeated me for like 3 days and nightmares.
Yeah.
And nightmares, yeah.
Later, when he gets inspired again, his bandage falls off, implying that his fever went away. The anti-terrorism squad is moving in on the cultural building, and the Esper army moves out. They just level the entire city around the cultural building. But it's fine. Everyone already evacuated, like we learn later, because, of course. Right, all the Espers are artificial. And Reagan doesn't want to get involved, as we already know. But all the X-Claw members, like, they're going to hunt us down anyway, so we should probably get in there and do it, you know?
Leave it to the police.
Then he gets a phone call from his insurance company.
This is the most dumbest shit ever. Like, we're in a high intense situation. The fucking Espers are coming down, trying to defeat all of us and shit like that. And then we get a call from our insurance agent.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, we learned that they couldn't figure out the cause of the fire, so he's not going to get reimbursed. And he's like, well, that's your problem that you can't figure it out. What the hell?
You know, I just thought of something. You'd think they'd be a little bit busy with all the other fucking claims that they got going on.
It's fire insurance, though, not whatever.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Shouldn't
Reagan...
Terry be getting a phone call, too?
Yeah, probably. With renewed resolve, decides that no, fuck this. They're going to take the fight to Claw. They need to answer for their crimes.
Absolutely. And I think he specifically said, I'm going to bring the person to the insurance agency.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did. We cut back over to Ritsu and Sho, who are on the attack. And Minagishi, the plant ultimate guy, emerges. And Sho's 3 lackeys are like, you go ahead, we'll hold them off, which we all know how well that is going to go. So let's leave that for now.
No, I do love the fact that Ritsu looks at the paper fan guy. He's like paper fan. He's like, huh. And he's like, oh, what was it? Oh, yeah, Ritsu has his doubts, like right off the bat. Mm-hmm. Ritsu, real quick to judge, you guys. Real quick to judge.
Yeah, Ritsu, where do you get off? You've been a psychic for like 6 days. Get over yourself, bud. We see their plan. They're sending in flying cars, empty as decoys. Teru is using his telepathy to make them fly in there, and the Pompadour guy is definitely helping. We cut over to the other squad.
It's almost like lifting heavy luggage with a pinky.
Yeah. Cut over to the sewer infiltration squad, who basically almost has no part in anything that's about to happen.
Yep.
Although we are reminded again that the girl actually has a useful power.
Yep.
And appears to be the only useful one of that squad. Well, actually, the telepathic kid is useful later. Sort of.
And the fire guy is useful too.
Well, useful. We'll talk about him. We come back to Minagishi and the three dudes, and they seem like they're putting up a little bit of a fight. They're not total waste of space.
These guys' powers are not good. These are, except the healing guy. The healing guy has good powers. The other two people, ooh, I shield and a sword. Oh, more wisdom, you guys. Come on, do something with your powers.
Yeah, well, they get beat pretty quickly. I think this is pretty much the last time we see them. Reagan, meanwhile, is waiting with Mob, waiting for Mob to wake up. But intruders bust in, so they go to hide and get found almost immediately.
Yeah, they're in here.
Reagan surrenders, and while they're patting him down, he's like, "Oh no, don't worry, this is just
Just a cologne.
my cologne." But it's the knockout spray he took from Sakurai back in season 1.
Bum, bum.
Nice callback. Nice callback.
Yeah, he knocks them all out. The big guy comes out though, and he's the only one whose name I did not write down, and they never said it again. So I don't know it. Gotta call him big guy. And Reagan sprays him.
Thankfully, he's an idiot.
If it wasn't for how much I actually like what happens later, I wish this was how this guy got taken down.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm so happy you like that scene. What happens later?
We come back to Suzuki. He's like, oh God, he just exposits the bullshit of like, oh, he's only concerned with himself. He doesn't need people because he's the protagonist of the worlds.
I'm always happy because fuck them. That's why.
Yeah, right. Sarazawa thinks he's super cool and wants to become a corporate executive, just like him.
I love Umbrella Guy. Umbrella Guy is really cool.
He has no clue what the hell is happening at any point.
Yes. The all important corporate executive.
Woof. Meanwhile, back at Reagan HQ, big guy wakes up.
Reagan HQ. I just picture the old school, like, flashing Batman, like, in that, you know.
Where is this place, by the way?
I don't fucking know.
Wait, why are they here, and how does Reagan know about it?
I don't remember. I think it's the old Claw guys, their place, right? And then they just drug Reagan back here. I thought maybe.
No, it's the what's it called? It's the guy who has all the money, who got all the kids together.
Yeah, the one who's mentoring the kids or researching the kids.
Yeah, he made the hideout, and then the Claw people. I don't remember what they happened, but the Claw people.
Right.
He either told the Claw people something like that, and they picked up Reagan. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, right. That makes sense. The big guy wakes up, and Reagan tries to escape, but trips just in time for the guy to put a giant hole in the wall with his fist.
God, this guy's jacked.
He's gonna hurt somebody.
He starts to explain his ability, and Reagan sprays him again. And there's a good bit where he like makes a face like he's gonna pass out again, but then just powers up more. Reagan runs, and Dimple possesses Mob and attacks Big Dude.
Just before we get into that too, I should have mentioned it just a second ago, but I really enjoyed like how he knocked him out or whatever, and then like I think it was implied that Reagan trying to shuffle with the door woke him up.
Okay.
Did you guys catch on to that? Or am I just I kind of enjoyed that a little bit. It's just like that little like.
I didn't see that.
Initially, Reagan said, "Thankfully, he's an idiot," and then I think when the guy woke up, he said the same thing about Reagan, which I think was a pretty good bit.
Oh yeah, dude. They fight for a little bit. It seems like Dimple's doing okay, but eventually, big guy gets the upper hand and tosses him.
I love this animation because Dimple. Mob Dimple is really cool, but Dimple fucking jumps up and does like a spinning kick, like he spins his whole body and kicks him. And while he's like recovering, he punches him too, and then the guy grabs him by the leg, and tosses Mob.
Yeah, he throws him and his shoe falls off. It's all right. Reagan will catch him. He was on the boys' volleyball team as a trial basis once.
Yeah, trial basis.
The fact that Reagan goes to a volleyball stands to catch Mob is the stupidest shit ever.
And Mob becomes a fucking pinball inside the machine.
Yeah.
Ting, 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 ting.
They fucking run away. We get a shot of the telepathy club watching the news, and one of them runs up and he rolled a super rare.
Wait, what?
What?
Did I miss this?
Yeah, it's just a quick thing. The telepathy club is all like hanging out at the park watching the news, and one runs in like all panicking, like, guys, you have to see this. It's probably supposed to be like, oh shit, Mob's gonna be on the news. It's like, no, he just rolled a super rare in his gotcha game.
Oh my god.
And the other guys get all excited, and Tomei is looking at him like, you fucking clowns, what are you doing?
I love this though. This explains like a lot where there's just like, yeah, kids will be kids. Like this thing is happening, and there's just like, let's play video games.
Meanwhile, the Body Improvement Club has to change routes because of the stuff going on.
It's okay, because the scenery gets boring every time you go, you know?
Yeah.
It's perfect. I love how positive they are.
So they're great. We come back to the infiltration squad, and Tarada offers to defect and give up a bunch of information. We cut over to the plant fight, and that's over. The sewer squad is met by Shimazaki, and they just talk for a bit. And we don't even see what happens here.
Everyone's just getting destroyed.
Yeah. And we come back over to the big guy pushing through a crowd of people, chasing down Mob. We see Tsubomi in the crowd, and Dimple's like, oh shit, if she gets hurt.
No, this tells you how like why Dimple's evil because Dimple's like, yeah, I can sacrifice these bystanders.
Not Tsubomi though, because then Mob will be pissed.
Yeah, exactly. I love that.
Yeah.
Dimple's like,
the more I think about it, Dimple's just lawful evil, I think, and like I think he's slowly coming to like a lawful neutral.
I would call Dimple like a chaotic. Ultimate at this point, I'd probably call him a chaotic good.
You think he's chaotic?
I think he's chaotic.
I think he follows like the laws. I think he's very like.
He's not good because he's willing to let bystanders like die.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to like call a complete devotion to Mob lawful, sure, but it's not even that. Like he's still pretending that at some point he was going to take Mob's body. Dimple's still a little shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's more the evil. I just don't think it's chaotic.
I would say neutral evil.
I wouldn't call him evil at this point. I'll grant a true neutral at best. But so Dimple Mob gets in the way of Tsubomi, and Big Guy punches him so hard he sends him flying through the air, and Dimple comes out of the possession. But it's fine because he was caught by the Body Improvement Club.
Yes, sir. Good catch, Captain.
But the Big Guy comes up and he throws Musashi.
All right, Captain, it's time to run.
Hell no, the Body Improvement Club attacks. You don't do that to their captain. But they get fucking destroyed.
Yeah, they
No.
do.
When Mob is called wherever it is, one of the people did ask him is like, was someone practicing the long throw with Mob?
Oh, yeah.
What? What kind of reasoning is that?
Listen to the Body Improvement Club, not the Brain Improvement Club, okay?
I guess you're right.
After they get knocked to the side, a big dude goes to step on Mob, but Musashi blocks him with his body.
God, this guy is great, right? Like, he doesn't even have Dimple to help him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's fucking jacked, dude.
Yeah, the fact that this guy's so strong that he can crunch concrete under him. God.
Man's a G.
Hell yeah. And then we have the most shonen moment of this entire series. Where he's like, you work so hard every day, Mob. I'm not going to let you get crushed. You there, always running behind us. It gives us courage, and I'm not going to let that go. Not going to let someone step on
That's
you.
right up the Body Improvement Club's alley, too.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
I actually really like this moment.
100%, dude.
And it's very much the thing of like the main character's resolve gives other characters power, which we're gonna talk about resolve when we do One Piece. But before he's fully crushed, Dimple possesses Musashi. He gets more ripped. He's using 100% of his muscles.
So good.
And he overpowers the big dude and tells him how real muscles will always be better than psychic muscles.
God, I love Dimple.
Yeah, Dimple rules.
No, the fact that Mob's like whole thing is like proving to be a fact is like, yeah, if you work on yourself, like everything else will get better. You know what I mean? And like this guy trained his fucking muscles all day. They're stronger than your psychic motherfucking fake ass motherfucking muscles.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
hold on. Are you trying to tell me that being a well-rounded person is good? I think you're gonna have to show your work on that one. I don't buy it. The Body Improvement Club celebrates Musashi's victory in their typical fashion by throwing him in the air.
Typical fish.
The big guy gets back up and he's pissed, and Musashi's not being possessed by Dimple anymore. So look out! But then he just gets cratered into the ground because Mob's back.
Also, Musashi can't move his arms anymore. He's like, I can't move my arms anymore.
And he also tells Mob not to fall asleep outside anymore, seemingly forgetting what just happened. The episode ends with Sho and Ritsu approaching the tower.
Yeah, just roll Mob's back, GG.
Anything else on 22?
No.
Nope.
What do you guys think? Because we're finally getting into the climax of the show.
At this moment, I'm pretty happy with the show. I mean, I knew they were gonna do this. Or like, based on season 1, you go fight the bad guys or whatever. So, and this approach seemed really fun. They were incorporating other characters, even if they got just a little bit of screen time. But I was a fan.
Yep, my thoughts exactly. Exact same feeling on it at this point. Yeah.
Okay.
But then I don't know if it's this one or next one, but episode 23 happens. Guidance or psychic sensor. We cut back to Teru's squad. They took everyone out, or Teru took everyone out but one guy. And this is where you think Fire Guy did something, but I don't think so. Him and Pompadour work together to create like a fire explosion, and it makes lights, but Teru just fucking punches that last guy.
Oh, is that what happens? Okay.
Yeah, the explosion happens. It doesn't hit anybody. Teru just punches it.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Terada redefects. It's like, I was just infiltrating. I was kidding. One of the kids, I forget what shape his head was, telepathies him. And
With his newly acquired lying ray or whatever it was.
Yeah. And determines that he is not lying, at least right now. He does not plan to betray us.
I love that. Right now. Yeah, not right now.
We see a quick shot of the sewer squad has been defeated. Big shock there. Sho and Ritsu then encounter Shimazaki, and Ritsu will hold him off. Sho gives a quick explanation of his powers, which Ritsu seemingly ignores because his opening gambit is a smokescreen.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Why is it fire extinguisher? Richard doesn't listen to anybody.
It's so pointless.
Stupid.
But did it look cool, you guys?
Yeah,
Yes,
it looked
did.
all right. And predictably, it does not work. Ritsu just gets tossed around for a while before we cut up to Sho sprinting up the tower. But wait, there's another ultimate in Hattori the hacker. Can't wait for this fight.
Oh my god. I was actually kind of like hoping he would do anything, and he just gets fucking suplexed.
Hell yeah.
I actually love this fight. This is like one of
What fight?
He doesn't even break stride. He literally just jumps on him, suplexes him, and keeps going.
Yeah, because the guy was expecting to fight his drones. The guy wasn't expecting a head-on attack.
Fuck.
Yeah, that's good. Mob, meanwhile, is walking there. He encounters some thugs robbing a store that Mob has been to before.
I love the dude walking out. He's like, hey guys, I got dinner.
Mob moralizes some, like, could you grow these vegetables?
He's got a point.
I mean, he does have a point. Yeah, he's right. Like, yeah, you guys suck. You're using your powers for bad things. But, we're going to talk about Mob moralizing more later. He cracks the ground as he approaches them, menacing them to try and put the sandwiches they stole back. But then Minagishi attacks. And that's a lot of what we've seen from Mob fights. Of he gets enveloped in a thing, but blows it off with his barrier. And that happens a couple of times.
while they're fighting off like red lasers. I don't think I was doing anything to Mob.
I think the guy also pretty quickly. I think Mob used it real quick where he control plants too.
Yeah. Yeah, which actually that's because I think he even goes like, "Oh, you can do that too," and like that's a thing that happens so many times. So I'm like, "You have the same power as me," because Mob just has all the powers. We cut back over to Ritsu getting wrecked by Shimazaki.
Yeah, man, he's getting it.
And he has his little moment of like, I wasn't just envious of his psychic powers. I was envious of his like his ability to set his mind on things. I wanted that wholehearted devotion. I just want to have a fun life, which I'm pretty sure Mob did not have that devotion until the series started. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Yeah.
And then the X-Scars and Teru show up and all attack Shimazaki. And this scene
still gets schooled.
This scene fucking rules, though, dude. It's
Yeah,
so
this was
well
pretty
animated.
cool.
Just Shimazaki jumping around, dodging everything. And the way it just has this weird flow and momentum to it where everything constantly looks like a little bit distorted or at a weird angle.
Yeah, I like to say it's like frenetic, basically. Like it's just like going off.
Yeah.
But the start of that is just there was a fucking manhole cover that just comes to him. Like they hit him with a manhole cover because he was not paying attention.
Yeah, they finally
Yeah.
hit him. That was the first time, and I think it was the guy with the helix arm or whatever.
Yeah.
So I remember him bragging about.
Oh, yeah.
the first one to
Yeah.
hit him. Yeah.
I just super want to call out this fight scene because I think it's probably the best one in the series for me.
What, this fight?
Yeah. Subsequently, the like next part with this guy too, like the Shimazaki fight is amazing.
It's not play by play, but so basically what happens is the guy hits him with a manhole cover, and then Toad does say, "Yeah, we can fight him because he actually get dealt damage." And then the whip guy comes up behind him and attempts to fight him, and he dodges it, but the girl with the orange jumpsuit comes in and grabs him, but he teleports away. Then the guy with the light beams tries to shoot him, and then he gets knocked in the back. Like, this guy's just jumping all around, dodging everything that these guys can throw at him. All these espos. And then we get like a POV shot of the toy guy with the toy gun. And he's just like looking for him and can't fight him. And the teleporting guy is literally like right next to him and just beats him down. Like, all these guys are like
a really
working
cool
together. It's so good.
Yeah, they're all getting fucked.
Yeah. For now.
No, they continue to get fucked.
Man, I think even when they solve it or whatever, they still get some hands.
Yeah, totally. I mean, hey, Shimazaki's a bad dude.
Shimazaki is one of my favorite villains. I love a
Yeah,
cocky
he's pretty
villain
dope.
that can kill people.
Meanwhile, over at Mob's fight, Matsuo, the spirit guy, the evil spirit animal tamer guy, shows up to aid Mob. Is fairly ineffective. And he drops his bottle that the thugs take and smash. And oh no, Mogami was released. And Mogami basically sucks the life force or energy or whatever out of everyone around and becomes a giant root monster and is going to crush Minagishi. Got it. Found it. Minagishi. He's going to crush him. But Mob's like, no, don't. You have to believe that people could change and get better. And Mogami does his other stuff of, no, everyone sucks. The world sucks. People suck. Although he does have a good point of like, that's fine, but you can't be watching them all the time. How are you going to know if they rehabilitate? And are you going to like be responsible when they don't?
Yeah.
You got to be tough with people too, Mob.
Which Mob takes to heart.
Yeah. And then Mogami just like disappears for some reason.
No, he doesn't want to kill Mob, you guys. He's like, this guy's me. Eventually, he's gonna be strong enough where I just take over his body.
Yeah, but like, I'm just wondering, like, why did Mogami just like go away? Is he gone? Okay, do we think he's gone? This isn't a question for you
If
because
there's a season 3, I think he would show back up.
there is more because there's a complete manga, and there will be a
Yeah,
season
I
3, I
think
think,
in
coming
the-
out this year.
Yeah, I think in the
Wait,
manga,
where did you hear that from?
I looked it up after I finished watching. I think supposedly April, I think, is the plan.
Oh my gosh, I think this might be the last season because I can't remember in the manga anything else that happens.
So do you think Mogami comes back, Anthony?
I do. And I think it's going to be more. I think it'll still be like his being kind of negative, but I don't think he's going to be a villain.
Sure. I think if he comes back, it's in like some spiritual fucking Force ghost kind of way. Not he actually comes back. Yeah, that all ends there. And we cut over to Sho versus his dad. Sho tries to attack him, but I don't know. This fucking cracked me up. Because I don't know if it was the intention, but oh boy. His attack doesn't get through because he tries to attack him and gets blasted back. And his dad put up such a powerful barrier that it activates when he gets too close.
Wait, what? Is that how he actually thought happened?
Yeah, that's what he thought happens. His dad put up a barrier that activates when he gets too close.
Oh my god!
I thought that was so funny. That. I was like, "Oh, come on, Mob Psycho, really?" I don't think that's what they were going for, considering the way this all plays out. But if it was, shame on you. He does all his big powers, his fire, his ice, all his cool stuff.
I do like the fact that Dad's like, oh, you just in your rebellious phase. Yeah. So, God, this guy, he's so evil. My God. He's so high and mighty. It's crazy.
No, he spent his time traveling the world to figure out if he was the most powerful Esper, and he concluded that he was. So, he's kind of not wrong.
He just...
Sho then uses 3 months of built-up energy to attack him with his charge bomb.
Yep, this is going to work.
After going invisible, too.
But we forgot about Serizawa, who is there and protects him with his umbrella.
I feel like you're giving me like the next on. But oh no, he saved him. Whatever going to happen next?
And somewhere in there, Suzuki makes a comment like, oh, I have that power too. Or that might be later. Yeah, basically now. He traveled the world. He has that power too. He's been gathering energy for 20 years. And then we cut back over to Shimazaki, who's tossing everyone around and realizes that Teru seems to be the brains of this whole thing and goes for him first.
Yeah, he's tired of... I think he got hit a couple times, right?
I think he got hit by he got winged by a bullet or something.
Yeah, so he's like, fuck this, it's time.
No, I mean, everybody just starts working together. And he tells them that, I think he says, scars are, actually not good, people. He's like, yeah, the fact you guys have scars are actually, you guys are bad. You guys not good as... Yeah, you're not as good as our natural Esper.
You're marked as, failed, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, basically everybody just comes together, tries to fight him, and then he just, literally just blasts everybody away.
But Teru starts to be able to predict while they're fighting up in the air. And he mocks him a little. And while he's getting mocked, Ritsu hits him with a rock. Which seems ineffective, but it leads to their full fucking team combo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you forgot the best part ever, where he grabs Teru by the head because he's just pissed off at Teru, and he slams him multiple times at different surfaces. Oh, it's so good. I think he slams him at the car window, at the fucking building, 2 times. It's so good. I love that. And then he just drops Teru.
Yeah, he does get fucked.
Yeah, then Teru was like, yeah, I understand why you're doing it. And you go on with what you were explaining.
Yeah, they do their full combo of everyone getting their shot in. We think it's done, but then he activates his mind's eye. He's truly awakened now. He can see everything. This fight is over. And he drops everybody.
The fact that this guy's not blind is crazy. Come on. Keep him blind, you guys.
He is blind,
I don't know what...
Still.
He has sight now.
No, it's mind's eye. It's a psychic sight. It's not a real sight.
Sight.
Yeah, but he can't actually see because he doesn't even see. Blind. He doesn't see Reagan.
Yeah.
Mob starts to approach, and he detects him. He's like, "Oh shit, this is a big, strong guy." And we think Mob's gonna come in and save the day.
Oh my god!
But first, we got to get in a self-defense rush, which Reagan has to yell because he's not sure if it's self-defense all the time.
Oh my god!
So just for good measure,
it's basically assault.
It could be self-defense. It's a gray area.
No,
it's a gray area.
He said it was a self-defense rush. Okay, not an assault rush.
That just reminds me. There was this thing in South Park. I don't know if you guys watched it, but there's a thing where they go hunting for animals, and the way they hunt for animals is like, oh no, it's coming after me, and he just killed the animal. It's just so bad because that's what Reagan's doing. He's like self-defense, and he just punches the guy.
I see. Yeah.
To be fair to Reagan, he was beating the shit out of everybody.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying this wasn't self-defense.
It wasn't self-defense, but it was in the defense of
party
others.
defense.
What do you guys think? Because I know, I'm pretty sure you guys were not expecting whenever this happened, when Reagan comes in and like self-defense.
This whole scene was amazing.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Like even the continuation of it, it's so fucking good.
Why can't he sense Reagan, though?
Reagan has no spiritual power.
Yeah, but he can sense like everything. He could sense all the rocks and whatever they were throwing at them. He could sense all the bugs and animals and shit.
I don't know. The way I looked at it is just the fact that Reagan has no spiritual energy. Like, he can feel all of that, but he's like really paying attention to all the psychic stuff. You know what I'm
So
saying?
the only way that I would think
maybe.
to explain this, like the easy way, is like, you know, because he even captured the guy and saw the bullets coming, and those weren't psychic either. But like when he went mind's eye, maybe he loses that.
Well, I think it's when he goes mind's eye that we get that quick flash of him seeing like all the ants and stuff.
Gotcha.
So Monkey's explanation makes sense of like he's probably just like focused on the psychic and doesn't notice
We'll
this
go with
jabroni
him.
rolling up. Shimazaki surrenders because he just wanted to have fun. Mob scolds him like, you fucking what? Are you serious, dude? I'm pretty sure he actually says that to him without the dude.
I just love that his thought process of surrendering, though. He's like, this guy's super powerful. And the guy that just hit me can hide his presence. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
He goes, you know what? I think I have to surrender.
And after Mob scolds him, he gets scared and teleports away. And he's going to go up that tower to confront Suzuki. And he tells everyone else to stay behind because they'll just get in the way.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
He's definitely not wrong, but good for you, Mob. He's being tough on people. Mm-hmm. Are we good on 23?
Yeah.
All right, 24 then. I think this is the one. The battle for social rehabilitation or friendship. Mob is in the building. He immediately confronts Serizawa, who tells him to leave and take the prime minister with him. And is also very happy that he just met the prime minister.
And got to talk to him.
What's happening?
We get his backstory of how he was a Hikikomori, and then Suzuki showed up and was like, I'm a psychic too. And that's basically the crux of it.
I do want to throw in, like, I think
Yeah.
it's a little important to mention he had so many like attempts at counseling that just didn't, because he wouldn't let anybody in.
Yeah, because he
I think
felt
that's kind of an important one.
well,
to
because he
mention.
felt ostracized because of his Esper stuff that,
Yeah.
no one else could relate to that.
I was saying,
Yeah.
we have to mention that, I think.
Yeah, sure.
Just saying, oh, what does this speak to? Somebody maybe, you know what I mean, has
Reagan.
this kind of upbringing.
Should have
This
gone to Reagan.
might have happened to somebody we might know in this series. Could have happened.
I mean, did it? Though?
No, I'm saying it might have happened. This could have been Mob's story.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Mob calls bullshit on his whole thing.
God, I love this. But Mob's like, even I know that's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
Go, Mom.
It's like, he's just using you, dude.
yeah. Even though he's in the same boat as Reagan.
Is this where Dimple said something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where he was like, preach to the choir there, buddy.
Yeah, it's
Like the pot calling the kettle black. Is that the saying?
I do like the fact that what's it called, the thing with his umbrella is his safe space. I was like, okay, that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is kind of cool, yeah.
It just tells you how this guy is so dependent on the boss and Umbrella.
Yeah, I think I wrote down 3 different times in a row. Like, is this another mob? It's going to be mob versus mob. This is mob against mob.
It's always mob against mob, dude. Mogami
Yeah, dude.
was mob versus mob. Suzuki is mob versus mob.
This one's like I like this one. I like this one.
Teru was mob versus mob.
Is it?
Yeah, they're all different iterations of what mob could have been if he didn't have the experiences and people he did in his life. That's the whole point.
Yeah. But this one is like the closest one, right?
I mean, this is the one where they literally just like draw the line and like say, look, It's Mob.
Luck.
No, it's Mob if he didn't have Reagan as his master. Well, the thing with Toru is if Mob
exploited his powers.
Yep.
Mogami is if Mob was like burned and shunned by the world, basically.
Yep. Umbrella guy.
Serizawa is if Mob was brought under the influence of someone bad, not like Reagan, who wanted to use him for evil. Yeah. And Suzuki is if Mob didn't have any connections in life.
Which one's Suzuki?
Any bonds. The dad. The big bad.
The boss. Yeah. This whole series is Mob versus Mob.
Serizawa then attacks. And they have a little bit of a fight. And Dimple, as always being useful and helpful, drops a rock onto his afro.
God, why is this? That was so dumb.
As always, being useful and helpful.
Mob gets hit and tosses his umbrella away, which causes him to freak out and explode. And then Mob tries to reason with him again, being like, hey, man, it doesn't have to be like this. He's just using you. Look at me. I understand. Serizawa opens up, and he just wanted friends. Mob ticks up to 85%. And then they go back and forth a bit, talking about the organization. Mob effectively trying to convince him that they're not his friends. And Suzuki's just using him, meanwhile ticking up the whole time. And eventually Mob connects with him, identifies with him, and says, I'll be your friend. Then he ticks up to 100. Yeah, go ahead.
No, go on.
And starts to suck up all the energy that Serizawa is putting out, and then sends it back, which causes his own bad memories to play in Serizawa's mind. And we see that, and then it says friendship.
So Mob just picked up this power, right?
What, 100% friendship?
No, the ability to absorb power. Or did he use it in season 1?
I don't know.
He has used it several times, but this is Mob doing it.
I thought he did.
No, this is Mob doing it because his other self, the question mark guy. Mm-hmm. He has that power, but this is Mob's first time using this power.
Okay,
like Mob specifically.
So that one statement made me not hate this series.
Okay.
I mean, also the thing is like Mob has all the powers. That's kind of the point. Mob can do everything.
Yeah, and I get. I would just prefer like how they've been doing it, where like, okay, he learns this in episode 3, he uses it in episode 8. I don't want him to learn it in episode whatever we're at, 24, and then use it a minute later in episode 24.
Sure,
I don't like that.
I mean, that's what happens.
But I, like I said, I wrote that question down specifically because I felt like Sal would know. Because I thought that he had been using it, but I wasn't sure.
No, he has not.
I know Mob hasn't used it, but it's not out of his wheelhouse of powers that he.
Oh no! Everything the Mob can do is what he can do. Although I'm surprised he hasn't learned teleportation. So
yeah, well, I guess he didn't really fight that guy. So
yeah. Okay, I want an answer from both of you.
Okay.
What do you think Mob would do with teleportation?
Oh shit!
I don't think anything.
Dude. Yeah.
Okay, I think we're all on the same page then. He wouldn't use it.
I think he would occasionally use it in a fight.
Right, but like in day-to-day life, he wouldn't use it. And
yeah, he would.
Someone would call up, be like, "Why don't you teleport?" He'd be like, "Walking is good for your legs or whatever."
Yeah, he'd pull some Body Improvement Club answer or like, you know.
That's really good. Good question, Owens.
Fuck.
All right, if you come up with a better answer at any point during this podcast, feel free to just interject loudly and abruptly.
Hold on.
We get a quick shot of defeated Sho, and we learn that the Esper experiment, the like drawing out artificial powers, was a failure. And Suzuki also has the power to give and take energy and has put his energy into these 600 people. And he starts to take it back, and then Mob shows up. And then I literally just wrote the word exposition. They started their bullshit where they're like, who can explain the themes of this show better? And I'm like, come on. What are we doing? I was actually like getting annoyed at these two talking. Like it felt like, how fucking dumb do you think your audience is that you have to explain every little bit?
Yeah, I wrote somewhere on here. I don't know where. I was like, I think because we're still in the second to last episode, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't like 2-episode fights.
Okay.
I'm not like, well, because like that typically means that like if there was actual fighting the whole time, that probably be cool. But like they're just arguing.
And it's like it's fine if it's broken up by like actual like interesting stuff or like good character moments or whatever, but they're literally just expositing.
Well, I do like Mob. Well, okay, hold on. So what part are we at where they're still just talking, right?
Yeah, they haven't started
they're
fighting
talking.
yet.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, it's just more of Mob moralizing and going like, "Hey, you shouldn't be a bad guy with your powers." And then he goes, "But I am a bad guy with my powers." And Mob goes, "But don't." And then they just go back and forth like that for a while.
Yeah, I still don't think it's like I think Mob pretty much does this with everybody, so it's not out of character. It's just this one's a lot longer because it's the final boss.
Yeah. And again, it just felt like we've done this. We don't need to do it again. I mean, I get why they have to do it because Mob's not just going to walk in there and start like beating ass, but they could find a more compelling way to do it.
I think I agree, but I think it fits Mob's thing. But I also agree that these 2 episodes were very weak for me.
Yeah. Kind of weak to end the series. Although I'm just saying, Giant Broccoli is pretty good to end the series.
Yeah, that was all right. So after they do that, Mob gives a little bit of energy to show so he can get out. And Suzuki attacks. Dimple is launched away at some point in the fight.
Well, yeah, because is it Suzuki? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I finally understand you as my equal now. Because like he has never seen anybody else do this power before.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, everyone else is chilling outside talking about Mob. And Reagan explains that Mob's greatest strength isn't his psychic powers, it's his ability to express himself and his emotions to people.
I'm just saying, Reagan, you're wrong, Dale. It's his psychic powers. It's his psychic powers. Mob will not be able to talk to any of these people if he didn't have psychic powers.
Right.
You're wrong, Reagan. You're completely wrong. And Mob has only got this ability this season. Last season, he did not have any of this ability. Except maybe the fight with Teru.
Paper Dimple floats down. And then we go back to Mob and they talk more about their ideals where Mob says, be nice to people. And Suzuki's like, I'm the strongest in the world.
Can we talk about how Dimple gets his shit kicked in all the fucking time?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just
sucks.
saying, Dimple just gets his shit kicked in. He gets shit like 4 years even before the series happens because he gets with Megami, and then Dimple, and then Mob defeats Dimple, then Teru defeats Dimple, and then they go to the fucking the Clawhead base, and Dimple gets captured, and then Dimple gets punched in the face and gets anti-positioned in this season.
So I'm just going to slightly disagree. Solo Dimple gets destroyed.
Possession Dimple, on the other hand.
Possession Dimple, savage. Well, not savage. He's just good at like not letting people die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, he wrecks that dude as Musashi.
Yeah, that's true. Like he does really well when he gets the ability to shine. But
Yeah.
that's not. Yeah, but Solo Dimple gets fucking destroyed.
Well, he's just a little fucking puffball. What do you want from him? Meanwhile, Mob gets mad because Suzuki insults Sho and calls him trash and restrains him. But then Suzuki breaks out and attacks. And Suzuki actually doing some damage to Mob. Rare recurrence here.
Yeah.
But just in time, Reagan shows up, here to save the day as always.
Jeez.
He's here with Sakurai's gun and he shoots at him, but it hits the barrier. I kind of felt like this was going to be the point that like turned this. Reagan, at the beginning of his fake out, he says that he failed as a master. I thought that was going to trigger Mob,
Yeah.
but it turns out to be fairly inconsequential.
I think they did that because they already did that, right?
Did they?
I mean, season 1.
Did they? I actually don't remember if they did.
I thought it was like I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought Reagan was telling Mob like he's like, it's my fault because you shouldn't even be here in the first place. You should let the adults take care of it. You know, I thought that was the whole
Sure.
climax of season 1.
Yeah,
in that regard.
Yeah, true.
And I think that's why they like tried. I think they like that it's part of Reagan's character to be like, okay, it's my turn to step up, but then to like the stakes are way higher in this one because the power level is so much different. So they were like, we can't. I mean, we can start that, but they definitely couldn't finish it like that.
Yeah,
like they can start the going down the motions of keeping everyone in character, but like I think they did okay with this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I'm just saying, I thought that's where it was going to go, but I didn't even consider that first season part. That's totally a good point. But also, he can think of 4 ways to defeat him right now off the top of his head.
Absolutely.
But he doesn't want to.
Yeah.
So dumb.
could.
Reagan's so dumb.
Instead, he wants to join him because he could manipulate Mob and all those clowns down there, get them all to join up too.
Wow, Reagan. Throwing people under the bus.
But then he goes for his patented Reagan punch, and fucking Balloon Suzuki pops. And he shoots a giant fire blast at Reagan. And oh no, guys, Reagan's dead.
I kind of was like, oh no, because Mob was nowhere near that spot. I was like, oh fuck. And I completely forgot about the umbrella guy.
Yeah. He gets protected by Sarazawa, who then proceeds to go, look, boss, I did something courageous for once.
Oh my god. I forgot about that. This guy cannot get a clue. You can see how far this guy is like does not understand what the fuck is happening. Like he does not understand like normalities, if you get what I'm saying. Like
Yeah, he was a Kikomori for 15 years.
yeah, gotta love neats.
And then Mob gets pissed and goes into 100% rage mode.
Just attacked Master.
Yeah, Suzuki attacks again. Mob blocks it, and everyone else falls out of the window and gets caught by Minagishi, who has also had a change of heart.
Wonder why. It might be he got saved.
He did that because he owed the. Didn't he say
he owes Mob one?
Mob?
Yeah, because Mob was the one that saved him from getting killed by Megami.
Yeah. I don't think he said. I felt like he said something different too that didn't make a lot of sense. But
I thought I thought it was just a throw off. Like I did that to save Sagawa. What's his name?
Sarazawa.
Sarazawa. I thought that was the name that was mentioned, but I could be wrong. But I kind of brushed it off. But Mob or him would make kind of sense to me. Mob being, we actually just literally, Mob saved his life, but we never really talked. They don't really explain the other one, but
yeah. Meanwhile, Suzuki is just up there from firing lasers down at everybody.
I do love this because before he says that,
disappear.
before that happens though, he says that like outside the window. I said, I guess this is a situation where everybody betrays me now. Wow, this guy is like so high and mighty. It's so fantastic. I've not had like, I mean, I'm just saying this one's not that good, but like I just love a high and mighty villain, and I've not had that for a really long time now.
Sure, I think this guy fucking sucks.
Yeah,
I think he's so boring. I think he looks cool. I love his design. His wild eyes are great, but I didn't find him compelling as a character.
I've got no issues with him, really. I guess we can kind of talk about it now. The stake. Well, no, let's not talk about it just yet. But like the whole, I'll get a nice little rant.
Are you talking about the end of him, basically?
Not exactly his. Yeah, we just keep going. I'll let you
jump
know.
in when you. Yeah,
I'll get you.
Mob attacks him, and we get a quick flash of output 10%, and he slams Mob down into the ground, which Mob takes as an opportunity to detach and float the tower up into the sky.
That's pretty cool.
Anything else on 24?
I forgot that was all that one episode.
Yeah, this thing trucks. Yeah, it's a lot of fighting and stuff too, so it's not like there's a lot of downtime in these episodes.
That's true.
All right, so let's go for the final episode, episode 25, Boss Fight, or The Final Light. Starts off with output 20%. They're flying around, lasers are going everywhere, explosions. And Mob has a quick flashback to when he accidentally hurt Ritsu and stops his rage mode.
Listen, say what you will. I love this part.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys this one thing. So I don't know why I did decide to do this, but in the manga, when Mob is fighting this guy, Mob goes 100% like so many times. I'm looking at the wiki. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He goes 100% 7 times, and it's all different emotions.
That's
So
kind of cool, I think.
yeah, I don't know why they didn't do it, but when Mob gets like is happy about fighting the guy, he's actually in the mode ecstasy. But he's so happy that he's able to fight this guy like legitly.
Oh,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
cool, because there's even a line in here where Suzuki's like, "You're enjoying this too, I can tell."
Yeah.
I remember that.
And then when ecstasy falls over, when he sees his brother Richu, he has shame as his next one.
That would have been so cool.
Yeah, it's a huge shame they didn't do that.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they didn't cut them in, but I can't remember the whole fight scene, but I'm gonna tell you guys all the ones he goes through. So he goes through ecstasy, and you could see in the animation, like you could see him like flip through them. But he goes through ecstasy, shame, compassion, sadness, resignation,
Resignation.
Resignation.
yeah, courage, and kindness, and you can see kindness at the end.
Yeah,
I
it's-
think they followed that pretty well, honestly. They just didn't show it on screen.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, they didn't show on screen, and I'm telling you, in the manga, it's fucking great because you see Mob cycle through all of these with, I don't know how many did I say, 5 or 7.
7, I think.
But like,
That's what you said.
yeah, going through all these emotions in this battle is actually really fucking cool, and I don't know why they did not do that in the anime. That was one like. That's like my major gripe is why they didn't show these emotions, because I fucking love that. I love when we get those moments when we figure out what Mob's feeling at that time. He has to go to 100% somehow, and which emotion is what carries him to 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so surprised they didn't do it this episode, because it's like a major thing.
Yeah, and it's usually like a build up that we see through like the episode too. But for him to have just like flip through them so quickly in the course of this fight would really help to serve and show like how high stakes it is for him. Not even just from the fact that he's fighting this fucking Superman, but also like emotionally. That would have been, yeah, I wish they had done that.
Yeah, but like I said, I do like his ecstasy at the beginning and then shameful after realize that we choose not happy about it.
Yeah, and on that subject, I really do like that, like Mob, because he was smiling and shit, and then he had that Ritsu moment where he's like staring at him, remembers all that stuff, and he comes out of it, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think I would super love that moment if they like had done the ecstasy into shame. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do like this moment. All the gripes I have are typically are what?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm just saying, look, okay, listen, I'm just saying ecstasy into shame. There's a good joke there. Find it yourselves. You know it.
oh yeah, you're not wrong.
I'm sorry, continue.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of, unless you have anything specifically, don't they kind of just fight a lot?
There is, well, so right after he stops, they do have a little bit of a talk of Mob calls him unlucky, like the unluckiest guy he's ever met, basically. And that ticks him up to output 50%, and he gets pissed and like, no, I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I have these powers. And then Mob tells him that he's so unlucky because he lacked bonds.
Yeah.
And Mob says that he doesn't want to hurt him, but is attacking him anyway. He's throwing all the buildings at him. Like he realizes that he has to do it. Basically makes that big building sphere. And if I truck past this part you wanted to talk about, just stop me.
No, you're
No, I have nothing to say because like that's literally what happens. It's like this fight is like not a good fight, if you get what I'm saying. It's just like mostly them just talk about their ideals, which is supposed to be like the main climactic fight, but the fight with the blind guy is so fucking good that it puts this fight to shame.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the fight with Megumi is actually better than this fight. So like,
Yeah, this fight's not great. Suzuki busts out of the building sphere and throws Mob. The buildings crash down onto him. And then they start to have the talk of Mob realizes he doesn't have the power to show him a new path. Kind of implying that like he has, he's like, he basically said, I have the power to fucking smack you down, but I can't turn you into a nice guy like I have with everyone else. I can't help you. So I have to beat you down.
it might be sadness. Or resignation or one of those
Resignation.
two.
That's resignation.
Okay.
For sure. Suzuki at that freaks the fuck out and his body starts to twist up Is this where he goes 100%, or is that later?
I think it's around this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got real
Well,
fucking
Mob is finally gonna kill this guy. Like,
yeah,
Mob
it's
is like, yeah, Mob is like, okay, I guess it's time to kill you.
Yeah.
And so he starts twisting him and just like, yeah, I'm not having that, and he goes 100%.
Yeah, and Mob is like, I can't beat you my way, so I guess we can both lose.
I like that line.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really fucked up though, because Mob is like, yeah, I guess we both lose. Like, Mob is like, well, I can't get you to like my side or my way of understanding, so I guess I have to lose my ideals to get rid of you. Which is really fucking like a great line.
Yeah, totally.
I love that line.
The animation on his body, like twisting up and stuff, is really good too. But he goes into output 100%, and then the big explosion starts to happen. And I assume this is where Mob ticks over to another 100%, where he remembers Reagan and all the other people in his life and starts to hold the...
Courage, maybe?
Oh, yeah, probably courage. That would make sense.
Yep.
And starts to hold the explosion back as he remembers all his bonds.
So
yeah.
this is where I have issue with the show. So they called it like they both understand that he used too much power, right?
Yeah.
And so it's in some type of self-destruct sequence.
Not yet.
Well, that's the implication, right? Because Mob's running and saying, "Hey, you guys need to run. There's going to be an explosion."
That's not quite yet. There's a little bit more where like he's the weird like fire demon that attacks after Mob holds off that first explosion.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were holding off that big explosion.
Yeah. So they're fighting. They fight a little bit. Suzuki has turned into like this big muscle dude with like fire protruding from everywhere we can see. And goes to punch him. Mob remembers the BSC club. Go, Body Improvement Club, fight on!
God, so good. I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Fight on!
Punches his fist. Love a good punch clash. Suzuki goes berserk again and like burns out, and Body turns into a husk before all that light starts to emit from him. And that's when he's going to explode, and everyone starts to run away. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so, like, the whole thing is he's in self-destruct mode, right? Mm-hmm. And so the implication there is that the stakes are super fucking high, right? And it seems like everyone's on the same page. Like, this thing is going to... Does he, like... I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Do you guys think that he's going to die because of self-destruction? Because literally, I believe they called it self-destruct, right?
Yes.
And then you see Mob, like, warn everybody and then come back. And I guess that's assuming the courage one, right?
I think this would be kindness, probably.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kindness.
Okay, sure.
Because he says, I couldn't leave him there to suffer all alone. That would just be too sad.
Yeah, you're right. So, like, the implication is that they're both going to die, right?
Yep, and Mob's going to contain the explosion.
And nothing happens.
Well, so what happens, from what I think, because I don't fully understand either, I guess it'd be my guess, is not only does Suzuki kind of, like, Mob wins, right? This last show of solidarity and kindness from Mob mixed with Suzuki, like, remembering his life before he went down this path causes him to kind of come back from the brink a little, I guess. But also, I think Mob we see something happening. It looks like the energy is going into Mob. Like, it's not, the explosion doesn't happen. So what I think happens is Mob, and maybe on some part Suzuki, are trying to put that energy into Mob, but it ends up getting absorbed into the broccoli seeds instead of Mob.
Sal, what does the manga tell us happens here?
That's what happens. Mob tries to contain all of the energy that the boss is coming out with, and so since Mob is absorbing it, he has no place to put it in, and so naturally his body goes to a source, which is the broccoli seeds that's in his front coat pocket.
So I didn't get that shit at fucking all.
No, it's funny because the boss is actually, I think Mob is stronger, but it's just the fact that the way the Mob is thinking is like makes him weaker than him. You get what I'm saying? Because Zuki is willing to kill Mob.
Also, it's just, so much energy. It has to go somewhere.
Yes, it has to go somewhere. And as we can see, Mob actually does not go question mark in this fight. He actually does use himself. So the question mark, we don't even know if that's another being or whatever it is. Because as you can see, the question mark can absorb a crazy amount of power because of the Megumi fight. And Mob does not use that in this fight.
No, okay. I was just making sure because from my perspective, here's what I was going through. Just like you got. It was everybody's running in self-destruct mode, and then Mob's like, I'm going to contain it right here between us two, and it's going to kill both of us. And in my mind, I was like, okay, so what'll probably happen is this guy is going to like self-destruct, and Mob somehow is going to survive, whatever. That's kind of what I was going for. And then we see Mob, and I was like, okay, cool. They don't really go into how he lived or anything. And then I don't know, I can't remember the series of events, but we can go through it particularly after this, but the broccoli, and then we just see the guy walking, like, he gives himself up, and I'm like, wait, so literally the stakes were just nothing?
No. Again, because, yeah, I mean, I totally see why you would think that. It was pretty...
No, yeah. I mean, what you're saying is true because, like, nothing really has a repercussion.
They don't explain it. Well, yeah, but he would have exploded, but Mob tried to take the energy from him. Because what was going to cause him to explode was the overload of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because his body couldn't contain it.
Yeah, and if they would have if Mob would have went in there saying something like, I'm going to try to contain it instead of, or...
I don't think that was his original plan. I think what happened probably is that he originally went in thinking, okay, this guy's going to self-destruct, whatever, right? And then we get the Suzuki flashback of like him with, his wife and young Sho.
Yeah.
And in that moment, Mob saw like a crack in the armor, a way in, like a possible victory for him.
I see.
Because that energy rippling out in such close proximity, we've seen Mob be able to communicate memories with other characters multiple times already. So he probably saw that.
Yeah. And also, like, even Reagan, made sure that we knew that Mob's special power is being able to connect with someone on a feelings level.
Yep.
And after he saw that, okay, that makes a lot more sense. And this show, I'm not going to come off as it as critical as I thought. Yeah. That makes me feel a little bit better.
Mob also has the feeling of he must survive this because he has to tell his level the way.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He also, so they explicitly do explain that he had that. Like he saw those memories because
I knew Mob saw that. I just did not put one and one together on my end.
Yeah, because Suzuki says something like, "Oh, I want Sho to see, like, I want to see my wife again," or say something to her, and then Mob is like, "Oh yeah, I also have to tell someone my feelings." So that's a good point. I forgot about that part.
I'm assuming he was talking about Tsubome.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. It was one of those, like, I don't think Mob was ever going to die from this. Like, it was one of those, the question mark was either going to show up or something else was going to happen, and something else happened.
Yeah.
Which I actually loved the something else that happened.
Yeah, I was just really under the, like, they raised the stakes and then nothing happened, and then there's a giant piece of broccoli, and I was like, all right, fuck this. Like, I was so mad, dude.
You got to remember, the stake, it's not that nothing happened, it's that Mob won.
Yeah, okay.
And Mob wins emotionally, not physically.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot more sense now. So I still think it was a little weak, but a lot less critical than when I came into this podcast. I'll tell you that much right now.
No, dude, it's not that. It's the fact that you have to remember this show is not like a normal shonen, so something stupid is gonna happen.
Well, I've got great news for you. I don't know normal shonen.
You're about to, baby.
That's true.
But we'll talk about that pretty soon here. So Mob wakes up. So an explosion does happen, though. There is an explosion, and then we cut to Mob waking up under some rubble as they dig him out. We learn that everyone's wounds are healed, but their clothes are still bad. And Mob has a suspicious hole in his left side. Or the left side of his shirt.
Did you guys think that? Did any of you guys think of the broccoli or not?
Absolutely not.
No, I thought it was something to do with, like, his heart.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Mob is tired from using energy so much.
Yeah,
as
he needs to take
happens to him. Yeah. Which there was a little part of me, and I might be fucking projecting here, but Mob's whole thing is like his emotions dictate his powers and energy expenditure. And like he spent all day fucking trying to connect with people, and now he's tired from all his emotions. rather than like
That's
his
good.
actual energy.
Yeah.
So they decide to stop by the club room to get some new clothes. But Musashi's not having any of that from these tracksuit thieves.
I love Reagan is trying to get a tracksuit too.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if this is in my. Did you say like, is this my size or something like that?
Probably something like that, yeah.
Also, we did forget the show that promised them the house would be fixed in 3 days.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, what? 3 days?
What?
They explain the situation to Musashi, and naturally he summons the entire Body Improvement Club. And they're going to do a 3-day, 4-night training hell at Granny's house. It'll be extra tough because they'll have to make their own breakfast. And it's a 90-minute jog from there.
Oh my god.
Terror's house is still destroyed. He forgot. He should have gone to Reagan's.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. I was still mad from like just fucking broccoli out of nowhere that I was trying to be happy listening to all these jokes.
We get quick shots of other people. Tomei is super excited because she thinks that giant broccoli is from Aliens.
Checks out.
The other kids, the shitty psychics, they don't want to do research anymore. But that's okay. The other guy just wants to come hang out as friends, which is nice, but bro, they're middle schoolers, so why don't you step back a little bit? Get some friends your own age, maybe.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of the X-Claw members. Sakurai's going to go work at a convenience store. Koyomi, I can't remember his name. Whips guy wants to open a ramen shop. Sakurai advises him against customer service.
All the scars are gone away because Mop healed everybody with the explosion.
Yeah, that was kind of nice.
Suzuki then turns himself in to Joseph, who can't do real handcuffs. He has to do his weird foam shit.
He did say you would be executed, but you are a resource subject because you're so strong.
Yeah, they'll probably just research on him. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a good, like, you mean a good thing is like, yeah, we can't kill him. He's just too powerful. We kind of have to look to see what makes him tick.
He apologizes to Sho and is like, I want you to see your mother again. And he's like, dude, I hang out with my mom all the time. What?
I kind of enjoyed that because I was like, wait, no, what happened to mom? And then Show was he just shut that shit down immediately. He was like, dude, I see you like every other week.
Yeah, she does ask about you. It's just the fact. I love. Is the fact that the guy's pride is so high up is why he never saw the mom again.
Yeah. And he thinks that because he didn't specifically arrange it, Sho could have just go do it on his own.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's a good point.
We go over to Reagan's office. We learned that his office was burned down by a mouse chewing electrical wires. No one was attacking Reagan.
I didn't know that part.
Oh, I didn't know that either. What? No one was attacking Reagan?
Yeah, no, a mouse chewed through an electrical wire and started a fire.
Wow. Oh, also, I don't know if this is the thing, but the boss is like fake Ken6 mob. Like, people do need people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you finally
yeah.
understand mob's reasoning behind all this. You can't be by yourself, people.
He's like the reverse Shinji, where he unclenches his fist.
I guess.
Yeah.
No.
This is where we specifically learned about the broccoli seeds, but we already talked about that.
So good. I love this, though. They go to the windows like, no one speak about this.
Yeah, no one's going to talk about this.
Yeah, it's like, God. And you just see a big giant broccoli, and I think me and Owens are laughing, and Anthony was just mad.
Oh my God. Like, I wrote down, like, so everything's just fine. All the stakes just don't fucking matter. And we're just too dumb for thinking that it did. Fuck us, right? That was going to be my rant during that part.
Oh my God.
Well, you got one part of it right.
Which one?
You're too
They're all
dumb.
Dumb. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, just you.
Yeah, just
We got it.
fuck you.
And then Sarazawa comes into the office. He's going to start working for Reagan.
A suit?
Yeah, dude. But first, they got to give him a haircut,
Absolutely.
which I'm
Needs
not,
to get that.
honestly, not a fan.
You don't like your haircut? I thought he looked...
Yeah, he looks
bit-
clean, but he lost all his uniqueness.
Yeah, it takes. Yeah, I
Shave,
understand.
not a haircut. Keep the afro, maybe knead it up a bit. Get rid of that gross facial hair. Call it day.
I think I'm on the orange side here.
I do like the fact that Dippo takes one of his hair and puts it on his
Yeah.
head. He looks so stupid. Also, he's like super nervous just because he was in need. So he's like, he doesn't know how to talk to people.
Yeah, they're going through the duties, and Reagan's like, "What'd you do at your last job?" He says, "I would attack people with my umbrella if I sensed any hostility." And Reagan's like, "Yeah, that's not too different."
Yeah, he's like, it's pretty much the same here.
And then passes him off to Mob to show him the ropes. His senpai.
Yep, Mob's a senior.
And that is where we leave Mob Psycho 100. Anything else on episode 25 specifically?
No.
All right. Anything else before we go into our usual wrap up? Anything we might have missed or we want to talk about, or questions, anything?
No, I think all my comments are in the wrap up.
Yeah, I think everything's in the wrap up.
Okay. Yeah, so let's go through favorite characters. I don't think I changed. I'm still on Reagan. The lack of Misato and Tomei extremely disappoints me. Most other characters did grow on me. I'll give it that. But dude, the side characters in this show are so good
Yeah.
that the fact that they don't get enough screen time is really disappointing. What about you guys?
Yeah, so first, if we're kind of separating it by seasons, because that seems, yeah.
Nope,
first
this whole
season,
thing.
I know, but first, because it does change for me. First season was very much Reagan all day, every day. And then I really enjoyed Mob in the second season. I still think Reagan, like, if I had to put both of them together, Reagan would be overall better. But if I separate it by season, Mob took season 2 for me. I'd like what they did with them, that they gave him actual character development. And it made sense in my head. Like, it was enough to, like, it wasn't overtly like, now he's this. Like, they didn't fucking Ritsu him from the first season. Mm-hmm. It was very well done, I thought, in that regard. The story makes a little bit more sense now at the end. Maybe this is a Mob Psycho only thing, but like, it seemed like the first, 8 episodes is slice of life. Like, let's have some fun. Here's a couple little adventures. And then over, like, the whole point of the second season's in the last 4 to 5 episodes. It seemed like they did the kind of almost similar to the first season, right?
Yeah, that's from my experience very much a Mob Psycho thing. Most other shonens tend to have like a build up, and like they're all working towards a singular point, where Mob Psycho incorporates slice of life while most other shonens don't.
Okay. That's the first time I experienced that, I think. And or definitely from anime's perspective. And that was kind of interesting. I don't hate it. Let's see, what else do we usually talk about?
Well, yeah, let's let Monkey do his favorite characters.
I mean, Reagan is the best character this whole series. As in second, I think it has to be Churu, because I really do like Churu, like his evolution throughout the first season to the second season, where he just becomes like a better guy. I like his transformation. Also, I do like Mob. Mob is just a fantastic character. To me, Mob is a good character in the first season, but in the second season, everything that he learns, he just brings himself back up more. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yeah, but yeah, I think Churu is my second favorite, but I think Reagan is like almost everybody's favorite. So
yeah,
also, I give
will
an honorable mention to the captain of the Body Improvement Club.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was gonna be one of my notes. No one said his name. Shout out to Musashi, dude's a bro.
Yeah, I forgot about the Body Improvement Club. No, Body Improvement Club hit second. Never mind, it's not true. It's Body Improvement Club.
I'll grant you guys that Mob definitely does get way better. I don't think he quite gets there for me in terms of like me thinking of him highly as a character. He's fine. I like him enough in season 2. It's worlds ahead of season 1, where I could not stand him.
Yeah.
I feel I can go first, I guess. We know Monkey is his second favorite series of all time. For me, I think a lot of how I feel about it is pretty well documented through these past few episodes. Season 2, is a vast improvement over season 1 for me. I will watch season 3 at this point. Like I'm in enough for sure. Season 1 still burned me real bad. I think it's so weak, and the lack of like side characters in favor of characters like Sho and Ritsu, who I don't think are interesting, kind of brings it down. So putting it somewhere on my tier list, I have to put it in B tier. It's a high B, but it's a B tier for me.
Okay, Anthony.
Gotcha. I think the seasons were night and day. Honestly, I thought the first season was really weak, and I was not very excited to watch the second one until I actually did watch it, and I was pretty pumped. And then after the ending with the broccoli shit got explained to me, I'm kind of on board with. I hope season 3 imitates season 2 better, and I think I'm with you on that regard. Is I'll probably watch season 3 when it comes out as well. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Man, I wish I could separate the 2 seasons and put like season 1 in a. Like
That's not how it works.
I know, dude. But I'd probably have to mirror B tier just for that reason. But maybe A-. I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, like I said, it's a high B for me, but I'm not doing pluses and minuses.
Sure.
So if tiers have to shuffle, this will probably be this would be one of the last ones to get kicked out of B for me, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to
If
bring up
things
my
move down.
I need a like a save a file, like a spreadsheet with all where my tier lists are, so I could rank
I
them
have a
properly.
note. Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, I need to too.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna knock that out someday soon. But
Yeah.
yeah, overall, again, at the end, I feel pretty good. I think I liked it overall.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm glad I watched it.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about regarding Mob Psycho?
What was what was like the funniest moment to you guys in this season's?
Ooh. I don't know. Okay, I don't know if it's funniest, but one of my favorite moments is genuinely in the first season where Mob and Tomei are looking for telepaths, and Mob notices the guy with the funny hair, and she's like, "What the fuck? I don't care about the hair. What are you talking about?" And then they're doing it again later, and he notices the psychic, and she's, "Is there another unique hairdo?" It's like, that's so good. It's such a fun, genuine, like just middle schoolers hanging out moment.
Yeah.
Outside of that, just Reagan shit.
I was gonna say, I think I don't have a specific one, but most of the times I found myself laughing was when I did not see a Reagan super move coming.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are probably, I'm gonna rank this Reagan super moves, like the surprise Reagan super moves is my funniest moments.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite moments is like funniest moments is from like season 2 when the granny is running and Mob is trying to run
that
away
one
from
was
her.
pretty
That's pretty
good.
good,
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. There's so many funny moments, so I just wanted to get you guys top ones. I can't think of one right now, but there's so
there's a
many
lot.
that we laughed at.
Most of them probably involve Reagan or the Body Improvement Club.
Well, we don't know what's gonna come after this yet, so
Well, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're still gonna pick.
okay.
Because we're gonna keep our order intact, and then whatever happens, right?
Sure.
Just for people listening, a little context for how I wanted to pick this. Long before this recording comes out, we did, assuming nothing went like horribly wrong, we did a special episode where we did a little bit of One Piece. So I was thinking in relation to Mob Psycho, we are going from Mob Psycho into not just like a legit shonen now, like one of the legit shonens. With something, even just watching the first handful of episodes again, I'm realizing like how much One Piece DNA is in modern shonen.
Mm-hmm.
So for our next thing, I do have a little game that we're going to play. It's going to be 3 choices again. But this is what I'm going to tell you. Of the 3 choices, all 3 are going to address the other side of Mob Psycho. We're going to do a slice of life anime. The 3 I'm going to give you are slice of life in different ways.
Yeah.
And the way this game is going to work is I'm going to give you as MP3s the opening to all 3.
Oh my god.
You are going to listen to the openings, each one once, and then if you want, you may listen to them a second time, but no more. And then you're going to pick off of that.
All right.
So, and I'm not going to give you titles. I'm not going to give you any information. You're getting just the opening.
Yeah, on via MP3, right?
Via MP3, I'm going to put them in the Discord.
Okay. Are you fucking with me?
Wait, what's the problem?
So guys, you go ahead and just stop this one.
Nice throw.
Oh my god.
Thank you. I forget what order I put these into. Shit. but I did just name them openings. If this part makes the recording, I did the Evangelion opening because I thought it'd be funny.
The worst.
It was. I'm very happy with myself. I am putting in the real one now. No more trolls, I promise.
God. Okay. So I'm getting some, came out real synthy.
I don't know this one at all, Owens.
Now we got like a male female kind of battle. Very happy.
Oh, what the fuck is this?
Okay, we went to some bit, like 8-bit stuff. Some doo-wop. What's going on?
I'm saying I love this opening, Owens, and I want to watch it real bad.
I gotta keep in mind these are slice of life. Oh, now we're back to hype. I just started listening hard. Okay, we finished with some like tuba shit.
All right, opening 2 coming in. I think I remember which one this is.
Oh shit, this is hype as fuck. Starting off with some heavy guitar riff. Right to some J-pop. I just want a side note. I really do love like the Japanese kind of, I don't know, I'm assuming there's an actual genre for it, but it sounds like the closest I can relate to is like a pop punk where it's like very like heavy guitars and then such like a happy like, yeah, it's really fun. And that's the best way I can describe this opening too. Yeah, this one stayed pretty much on the same genre, so there wasn't a whole lot of swapping going around.
All right. And this one, a little different flavor, I think. Opening 3 is in.
Okay, soft, more angelic. Acoustic guitar opening. Into kind of a soft, kind of like a soft hype. Like it's supposed to get you excited, but like not like, yeah!
It's more relaxed.
Yeah. And after that, she goes back into more of that angelic singing.
I don't know this one.
Yeah, I knew you would know too. I thought there was like a like 20% chance you wouldn't, or you might know the anime for one, but just not the opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's real chill.
Do you feel like you're ready to make a decision?
All right. Let's see. So the first one, just to kind of recuperate, was like a all over the place hype at times. The second one was
You
kind of
may
more of a-
hit play on each of them one more time. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to listen to it all the way through, but if you need like a quick refresher, all of them are slice of life anime of different varieties.
Yeah. I'm gonna go and say I'm gonna eliminate 2. And then we got 1 and 3 left. Man, because I think I would like I think 3 would be something that I would probably want to watch, but based on the opening of 1, I think that would be funner to talk about. Which also means I do want to watch it, but fuck, I don't know. Let's go with 3.
Shit. Okay. Fuck. That was my dark horse. Wow. Okay.
What is it, Owens? Tell me.
So that's actually pretty exciting to me because when I first watched this show a couple of years ago, the only one of these 3 I haven't seen is number 1, which I will watch number 1 at some point because that show seems fucking bonkers. I first watched the show a couple of years ago and I absolutely fell in love with it. It is like super chill, but the characterization is so good and it's goddamn gorgeous. It's so good looking, dude. So the next anime we will be watching, and as usual, we'll start off with the first 4 episodes, is Hyoka. Yeah, we are gonna then wrap up again, first 4 episodes of Hyoka. We'll go ahead and say next week, if things happen, obviously we'll change the ending. But so in the off chance we don't, sorry, we're bad at podcasting. See you next time. My first anime. Bye. Thanks again for listening to My First Anime. If you enjoy the show, tell your friends and leave a review. It really helps. I'm Chris Bailey, and you can find me on Twitter at Chris R. Bailey or hear me play Pretend on the actualplay.network podcast. And finally, thanks to Slink for the use of 12-speed as our intro and Winnie the Moog for the use of Speed Energy as our outro.
You can come to my stream, ST Monkey at Twitch, where the O is a 0 in monkey, so make sure you guys remember that. I play single-player games and multiplayer games, well, sometimes multiplayer games, Tuesdays and Fridays afternoons. You can also follow my Twitter at ST Monkey, also O is a 0, and my Instagram. My Instagram is mostly containing dog photos of my dog. He's a poodle. And Shih Tzu.
You can reach out and contact us on Twitter at myfirstanime or email at myfirstanimepodcast@gmail.com. And if you feel so inclined, my personal Twitter and Instagram are both Sir Paperplate, where you will find only pictures of my cat. And once again, thanks for listening to
My First Anime.